How many bodies is too many? Women being awful. Oh boy.
My body count is 1,572, and so I don't think body count should matter, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I've heard a lot of numbers, and it just doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Are you speechless?
Yeah, just
1,572. How old is she?
kind of said you're
Excuse me, you can't shame people because of their body count.
1,500, whatever the
72. 72.
That's insane. I'm gonna keep it real.
Just say you're jealous.
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
I don't think being a virgin matters because, again, same with body count, like it doesn't really affect anything. But I feel like there is a stigma around like once you take someone's virginity, like they're obsessed and crazy about you. So maybe that would kind of make me not want to do that.
I mean, you could teach me some things. I don't think I would be crazy over you, but...
I mean, you can also use Google and learn a lot.
God, she's dodging me left and right. My body count's 0, but I wouldn't say body count really matters to me. Unless you're in the double digits, then that's crazy.
Oh, it's okay. I'm in quadruple digits, so we're good.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually think this is just kind of sad. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. This is sad. I feel like the argument that people make is that you'll find it harder to be intimate with someone that has a higher... that you would have a harder time finding intimacy with someone the higher your body count is holds true here. Because I would imagine it would just make you spiral, right? Like the more sex you have with random people, the less you're able to establish an intimate connection with this many people. And this leads to you valuing sex less, and the less you value sex, the more you start seeing it as a hobby or a casual activity like playing video games or watching TV. And when you associate sex with casual activities, then you start to lower your standards with how often you have sex, because it's like, you know, who cares? It's just sex. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna value the person on the other end. Like, I'm not even talking about the SGD part. Like, let's discount the whole SGD thing. Like, magically, the SGD doesn't exist. If you discount it, like, you are doing that activity just over and over and over again. How do you even know 1,700 people? Dude, when I was a kid, I had a Facebook, and I only had, like, 200 friends. And those were all from school. Yeah. You don't know 200 people. You just can't. Stop. Number 55 was so much better than you, Limpstick. Man, I know. Like, imagine you're thinking like that. Like, when you hear the number 1,572, you're thinking to yourself how many guys or girls you've had sex with that you're comparing. You're comparing yourself. You might. It's not healthy. I think that's not healthy to think like that, but it's like, Jesus, dude. Essentially, the less you view sex as an intimate act, the more you're gonna treat it like a hobby. And I feel like this just compounds the higher your body count gets. This person might also legitimately just have an addiction. 4 digits is insane! The problem comes when their worldview around sex and a normal person collides. Like, nobody is judging you for porking 1,500 guys or girls. I don't care. Go have fun. Knock yourself out. But in the world of trying to find a partner, you're going to be judged. Sorry. That's the entire point of courtships. You're making a judgment. You're judging someone. Every time you swipe left or right on a dating app, you're making a judgment. When you decide to text them back, you're making a judgment. When you get to the date that you set up, you're making a judgment. You're wanting... Like, there's a difference between thinking you're a lesser or bad person for your body count and men simply not wanting their life their life partner to have been ran through for the years that you've been sexually active. I think there's a very important difference we have to distinguish here. I bet she's a size queen. I mean, that's besides the point. Even if she is, it's like the logic isn't there. You are dissociating every time you have sex with someone, or at that point, I think if you get up into the triple digits, you start thinking, geez, dude, what's wrong with you? I would still think that like that. If a man told me, yo, I porked 1,500 women, I would still think that, by the way. I would think that's pretty bad. I wouldn't think that's a good thing. I would automatically think that there's something probably freaking wrong with you. And I don't mean like in a bad way, I just think you need mental help. You're probably addicted or you had an issue. Yo, Alana, I've porked 50,000 women. Sorry, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be with you. I don't hate you, but go find someone else. I'm chilling. By the way, just a little side note. How does she know exactly how many men she's been with? Them talking makes me think it's either fake, which is probably true, because holy crap, or it's a kink. Like, not that I would know, but after 30 or 50 or 100 guys, when you just start losing track, like, do you have like a notepad where you're like, sex with frickin' Tyler or sex with Brandon, like, and then you start dating them, or like dating them like a calendar, like a black book? Yeah, like notes on her phone. She's like, okay, sex at 2 p.m. Yeah, you could, again, part of me thinks this is fake as well, because like she's laughing and stuff, but at the same time, there's people, I've seen interviews of people laughing while they're telling traumatic stories. There's a channel that talks to people with like really f***ed up pasts and talks about their like current state in life, like homeless people or drug addicts. And they laugh a lot when they're remembering or recalling fucked up stuff, war stories. Yeah, it's like a way of coping. That's why I'm saying, like, she's laughing, but I think this could very well be real as well. Yeah, maybe she had a bad time. I don't know. This just anyway. What I was trying to say, do you write this down on your phone every time you hook up with someone? Like, if I'm spamming a dungeon on WoW or any other MMO and I'm farming an item, I start to lose track of how many times I've done a dungeon after like the 10th or 15th run. I start going like, oh god, okay, I'm just running the dungeon again. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing the same activity over and over. You know? I just forget. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run Ubers for the 15th time. I'm gonna get my Savage Gladiator's chest or whatever, like my item. For those that don't understand, you farm an item. Yeah, it's a chore, exactly. I keep track because I'm frustrated. Yeah, but we're talking about this chick having sex. Like, she's supposed to having a good time, right? Like, sex is supposed to be good. Get some BRD noob. Sorry. I've never played a class that needed Savage Gladiator's change. I'm just saying shit. Time to run Ubers for my read. Oh boy. Oh, that was another thing that I wanted to touch on. The obsession comment about what dudes are like when you take their virginity is also weird too. Like, yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. That's natural human psychology. You're supposed to feel that way. Right? You're supposed to feel some sort of attachment to your first sexual partner. Like, I know, I understand some people have a bad time on their first time, but usually it's supposed to be special. Not really. I don't know. I feel like most of the time it shouldn't. I mean, it should feel like special or something. Is it really? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you had a bad experience. I'm just saying, it should feel special. If it doesn't, yeah. Some people lose their virginity for the sake of losing it, by the way, chat. That's what I think is also really fucked up. I bet you a lot of this chat, when they lost their virginity, if they lost it, they were almost like pressured into it by like the concept of, if I don't lose it, I'm a loser. Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of kids growing up, they were pressured into it. It depends on the person, but I feel like most people remember their first time if it was like a girlfriend, not a random one-night stand or a hooker. That's what I'm saying. With like a girlfriend or like a cute girl or boy, I don't care. We're all losers in here. I don't think you're a loser for not having sex. I'm just saying. Prefacing this so nobody feels ashamed. I'm being completely honest. I don't think you are. It's over fucking rated, like, genuinely. Yeah, I mean, like, again, there's people who are like, I'm gonna turn into a wizard at 40. Yeah. The intimacy isn't overrated? No, I'm talking more like Again, I'm recalling from my personal experience from, like, looking at other girls in school and seeing 16-year-old girls talking about how they had sex at like 13 or 14. Yeah, they would like talk about it openly during like recess or like lunch, and they're having sex with other 13 and 14-year-old boys. Ew. I mean, I'm just explaining to you what I heard. Yeah, I had a girl pregnant in middle school. Yes, like the popular girls, chat. Yeah. Middle school's like that. Chat, I'm just telling you what, like, I heard. There was a girl, I went to someone's family dinner one time, and their cousin got pregnant at 16, and they had to bring the baby to the dinner table, and she had a 1,000-mile stare that I could not forget. She was like 17 at the time, and I remember we were at the dinner table, and she didn't have a dad, by the way, either, and I was like, holy shit. That really made me reconsider, and I was like, oh my god, she's like my age, and she already has a kid? Oh my god. Yeah, so one of my friends had a family dinner, and I stayed over because we were like playing video games or something, and I didn't want to go home yet. My parents couldn't pick me up, and we all sat at the dinner table. It was a really polite get-together, and she had a 1,000-mile stare. I will never forget her. She had long brown hair. She had kind of the same kind of haircut, not like this, but straight hair. And she just looked like she wanted to not be there. Again, she took care of the baby. The baby was adorable, and I kept thinking to myself, oh my god, the parents have to now pick up the pieces of a mistake. Like, it was a mistake to do this. She was not ready. She clearly wasn't. I felt bad for her. I really did. We have TV show here in Russia called Pregnant and 16. My guy, newsflash, that show was in America long before Russia. It's been a thing for like 20 years at this point, maybe even longer than that. Yeah, MTV coined that. Or was it TLC? I can't remember. I remember seeing like ads for it. It was quite funny. Anyway. Just to like wrap this up. Is the 1,500 individual guys, or is it the amount of sex you've had, or are there repeats? That's what I would want to ask her if this is real and she's talking like from personal experience. I'd want to know if this is like 1,500 times she's had sex, or if it's different men or women. Individual? Again, I don't have all the context. It could be that she misspoke or whatever. If you had sex every single day, that's almost 5 years worth of dudes. Imagine fucking a different guy every single day for 5 years. I feel like that's kind of insane. Like, did I do the math right? 5 years worth of dudes? Because 365, like, if you round it up and round it down. 4.5? Okay, my math was a little bit off. Yeah, like, what the frick, man? There had to be repeats? How do you even find 1,500 people? Hey, Alana, don't be a misogynist. I'm not being a misogynist, I'm just asking questions. Chat, I don't think I've even met and said hi to 1,500 men in the last 5 years. Like, said hello, like, to cashier, like, at a grocery store saying hello. Like, passing by and saying hi, that kind of thing. She fucks dudes and their entire family. Yeah, she walks up to a guy's like, all right, let's have sex and then find more. Yeah. That's assuming individual guys. Imagine how many times raw, if repeats are included, 2-3K. She's had more sex than I have hours on retail. Why do you have to compare it to WoW? Why do you have to make the WoW analogy? Yep. She's had more sex than I have hours on World of Warcraft. I mean, honestly, probably. Yeah. What's my number that I like came up with? It was like 16 or 18,000 hours. But anyway, at that point it's an addiction. That's what I'm saying. Is like, is it fake or is she like a nymphomaniac? Nymphomaniacs are the ones that can't stop having sex, right? She's had more sex than I have hours on Warframe. I'm sorry to hear that. Convenience store open 24/7. Wait, what was that term? A conveyor belt for cock? A conveyor belt of cock. Jesus, dude. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Fake or not, this is just kind of sad. I'm not even trying to be mean or anything. Again, I if this was a dude talking about plowing 1,500 chicks, I'd still question his sanity. I'd think there was definitely something very deeply wrong with you. Because that kind of hypersexuality can also... you start to develop, like, insane, like, associations, you know? Yeah, you have issues. Consumes your life. Again, it's like food addiction. If you have food all the time, and you're not hungry, then you have a food addiction. Yeah. Comes from trauma. Yeah, if you have hypersexuality, sometimes it's related to trauma because something happened in your life. Yeah. That's about it though. I think that covers right about what I wanted to say about this.